And we're live.
Live. Woo woo. Woo woo.
Ooh. Been a fucking minute.
It's first thing on my YouTube.
All right, share that shit out. Share that
Got
shit out.
you.
Waiting for people to join in before I start.
Share. Copy link.
While we're sharing it out, I'll go ahead and start the shout outs. Shout out to Ouija fucking man.
Shout out to Humble Among.
Shout out to ICP.
Shout out to Chaosium and the people over at Bud's RPG Review for providing us with this awesome fucking scenario we did today.
I want to do one we don't really do quite often unless it's free RPG day, but we really should. Shout out to Castle Perilous.
Fuck yes. I love that fucking place, man. Oh, it looks like we got 2 people in here.
Who we got?
I don't know. They're not in the chat, but they're in here.
One's him.
Oh, now it's just one.
Oh, that's the other one's me.
Oh, damn. We're lame.
Because I had to open it to get the link.
Yeah.
I'm literally watching it on my phone.
All right.
I wonder. Okay. So the first little bit's always boring as fuck until we get some people in the chat and we can actually start.
You want to just shoot the shit until we get our viewers in?
No, I figure, fuck it. I'll just go in and start introducing the scenario. And hopefully there's someone in here by the time we get going. If not, at least when people rewatch it, they're not sitting here for 10 minutes. Boom! Now we got somebody up in here. There we go. See, that didn't take long.
Woo!
Whoop, whoop. Welcome back to LHRPG Live. I'm Little Nitro, and we are the Little Hellraisers. So, what did we play today, guys? No, we did not play Stare at the Screen Like a Pervert. Y'all, this is getting very boring.
That's what I thought. Hi! That's Kenny's stepmom.
Oh, hi. Hi, Granny stepmom.
I said Greenie.
No, you didn't.
Didn't know that shit.
What you said in here, whoop, whoop.
I sent him.
Y'all share that link out. I want as many
trying to get
motherfuckers
Dorian
in here as we can get. Yeah, get
I
Dorian.
sent it to.
Someone to Strive, someone to Tink.
I sent one to.
I already sent one to Strife and Tink.
To Jay. Send one to Emily.
I'm working.
Post that shit on Facebook,
Already
TikTok,
did.
what the fuck ever you want to share that shit on. I don't give a fuck. So today we ran through Viral.
He said give him a minute.
All right.
EBN.
We ran through Viral, which is a modern era Call of Cthulhu scenario in which our great players here, we only had 4 players today, but they played ghost hunting YouTubers on an Italian island live streaming from a haunted hospital. Is that fair assessment of what went down? Yeah, and before we get into the diary,
Wilbur Nico, whoop whoop.
whoop whoop, what up, Wilbur Nico?
I played as 2 characters today.
If anyone's not, go ahead and take the time to like and subscribe and share this shit. So, do we want to do a little character intro before we start the diary?
Start with Greenie while I'm sharing this out.
Greenie,
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about who you played today. I apologize, y'all. I know the video quality sucks. I'm working on a shitty laptop with some shitty Wi-Fi that's in the shitty house, and we're in the shitty garage. So this is the best I can do for now.
I think that's Nexus's boy. So sad that you already forgot I used.
Oh, it's Halo as D&D, man.
Yeah. You want me to post it on our page?
Oh,
On what page? The Facebook page?
Hit that light
Yes.
switch, Tank. See
Anyways,
if that
I
helps a
played
little with this
a...
saturation shit.
Do you want me to post it
Ooh, look at that.
on the
Makes
page?
it look like we're...
Hang on. How does this look, y'all? Should we turn the light back on, or is this good?
That looks dark as fuck.
I know it looks dark, but like, can you
They
still
can
see us?
better.
Well, we can see us better.
Oh,
we
I
don't
can't
know
post
if
on
they
the
can.
page. Only you can post on the page.
Hey,
Okay.
see? You can see us better.
Oh yeah, we're gonna keep it like this, y'all.
Okay, so they can see us better.
Yeah.
All right.
It said,
Looks better than being blinded by the sun.
I
Yes.
I like you, man.
Oh, I love this kid.
I'm gonna
Okay.
text Dorian to see if he's in.
He'll pop up in here. He's under his first and last name, just like Nexus is. Anyways, so character intros. Who'd you play
yeah.
and who were they? That's all we need to know.
The name of the dude, I can't pronounce.
Enoch.
Okay.
Enoch, yeah.
Enoch Eakins.
Enoch Eakins, I played.
Got all
And
that.
it is,
Right.
he is a
And then
ghost
from him,
investigator.
all the
And
way up.
I also had abilities
Is there
to
anyone
where
else?
I can
Not that I'm aware. Did
pick
you
up
get, Snoop?
on
Yes, and
Cool.
I got Emily.
Cool. Yep, we're good.
spiritual things and see them.
Fair assessment.
That's-
Tank. Who'd you play?
I played as two.
No, you didn't.
I don't know,
You played as one person.
the camera.
The camera. Well, you had two jobs, but you were one person.
Yeah. Ooh, that was
Nexus
very
said
hard.
y'all shining too much anyway.
Hey, it rains diamonds here, fam. All right, tell them about your.
So I
who you're
was a
playing.
technician.
I'm gonna pull up the stream and send you the chats.
His name was Heon.
Yeah, I was a technician, a director,
Camera guy.
and
Maya was technically the director. You were like tech/cameraman.
yeah.
But hey, we'll get to it later. No spoilers just yet, but you was rocking that camera, bro. Other people couldn't pull it off.
Seriously.
Let's not go into it yet.
Hey, guess who's on here?
All right. Tripping on, dude.
Yeah, that's my bro.
Kenny.
Yeah, he said my name.
Man, y'all can share this shit out with whoever you want. Give as many people in this chat as we possibly can. Jade, give us a rundown on who you played today.
I played Karina. I'm not sure about her last name.
Trench.
Trench.
Yeah. Like Mariana?
Right. So I played Karina Trench, and she was, known as the psychic of the group, even though she was a fucking phony. She's a phony.
Big fat phony.
So,
Yeah, did you ever pick up on that?
What?
I don't
none
think
of
he
my
ever picked
visions
up
were
on
real. I done research
Yeah.
ahead of time.
She was a fraud.
I would do research on the places
He
ahead
never
of time to
picked
fake
up on
visions.
it. Oh, that's great.
How did you not pick up on that? Because
Where's
all
that
my
handout
visions
I gave you?
all my visions came from me reading and then talking, and yours came from him. So how did you not get that?
So it was all fake.
Hers, yes. Yours no.
were real. Mine were fake.
So every time you would tell me something, that's why it didn't add
But
up
that's
in
why
my
I was
mind.
able to pick up on the fact that you actually were so quickly, because I had been faking it for
And
so
he
long.
sucks
So
at
that's
keeping
why,
secrets.
that's why he made it seem like he was like, Cat's a supernatural person that can go in and see things. And then he's like, he waited for you to be away, and then he was like,
You heard me.
I got something to give to
Granny.
you.
Read that.
What? No real names?
You just did it.
Did I?
You did.
How?
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Tripping on Dubs. I knew she was faking.
Ah!
Only in the game, guys.
Uh,
My girlfriend always fakes it too.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
All right, we'll see you in a bit, Wilbur.
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 Where's Charlotte?
But no, like she had Marco, the host, completely convinced that she was 100% psychic.
And apparently Greeny the player.
Right?
So, who wants to lead us off with this?
Texas had never had that problem.
Who wants to lead off our lovely recap? This is our first live game diary, guys.
I do it all the time. I want one of them guys to start today.
Who remembers how we started?
We ended up going.
Nice try, Tank. Get your ass over here.
He's trying to run away, y'all.
We ended up getting on a ship, or not a ship, a boat, to go to this island. So we had to grab all of our stuff and get on the boat to get to the island. What?
We got there in a van, and that's when we met the dude that was bald,
Oh yeah,
Hawaiian shirt, and some shorts, and we were just in here with some jeans and some like not even grown out for the summer.
Like you. Yeah.
And that's when we got all of our
Yeah,
stuff.
she showed up in the middle of August in Italy in a parka.
We had to go by what we were dressed in our pre-generated character sheets. And he goes, it's about midsummer. I'm like, are you sure? Can you? He's like, well, let me check. Yeah, it's middle of summer. I'm like, then why am I wearing a fucking parka?
I don't know.
I was like,
why
you know
were
what?
you wearing a fucking
It doesn't
parka?
say anywhere on here what kind of shirt I'm wearing. So I'm taking that parka off and I'm wearing a tank top, guys.
I showed up wearing a leather bomber jacket, and some jeans.
Tink's got it pulled up on her mom's TV.
Nice.
I said, don't forget
Hi,
to comment.
Tank.
What's up, Tink?
Shout out to Tank. She couldn't make it today. Strife couldn't make it either. Shout out to Strife.
Yeah.
We missed y'all today.
We love
I
y'all.
don't know doing something.
But we made it work, and you're going to hear all about it.
We miss Nexus every game day.
I don't know.
Man. Oh, by the way, Nexus, I don't know what you got planned, but in 2 weeks, we're jumping back into Cyberpunk.
Let's Sparky out to play.
So,
I don't know what he's doing.
fuck, I'm out of, oh no, I'm about to be out of coffee.
He's not.
Greenie, you're up.
Now I'm out of coffee.
He's not texting me, so I don't know if he's in or not.
If he is, he'll get in the chat. He always does. He's always in Humble's chat.
Doyen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he hasn't.
Hey, yo, Blake.
I sent like.
What
I
up?
sent it to them too.
So-
Blake. Yo, what's up?
Where do you want this?
So yeah, you guys. We started with you guys already landing in Sicily, and then we'll say the Uber guy drove you to the docks
And then we got
where
on
you were
there.
picked up by the bald guy you were talking about.
The guy from New York.
Yeah,
Yeah, from New York.
and
The
Then-
Italian from New York.
he puts
Well,
you
he
in his
sounded
boat,
good.
which is a terrifying phrase. And do you remember what he said on the way to the island as you were approaching the coastline
I forgot what he said.
while you were in the boat?
I know when we started getting closer, he slowed down.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, why are we slowing down? He goes, well,
Oh.
don't want to hit the mines, do you?
No, he said
He also
mine
made-
holes in the
There were mines. They were floating in the water. Or
Oh,
sea mines.
I thought
You know those big balls with the spikes and you hit them and they blow up? That's
I
what it
thought you
was.
were actually
Mom
talking
said,
about
what the fuck? What do you mean, what the fuck?
But they made it through safely. You like how I foreshadowed that, though?
Didn't even get to use them.
Didn't need to.
No, we were more like, you know what? Let's get the living fuck up out
Yeah,
of
but
here.
you were like
He's
that
in.
halfway through
Doyen's
the
in.
game. Whoop whoop! What up, Doyen? One of our players from tonight's game is in the chat, guys. Give him some love.
Tink literally texted me to say, how do I just say this is Tink?
You type in the chat. This is Tink.
And then said,
If you
Mom,
look on your screen here, you'll see a thing on a box on here that says live chat. Type it in there.
she's on the TV. She probably can't figure out how to chat on the TV.
Oh no, you'll have to be on your phone or computer or something for that.
Pull it up on your phone. Turn the volume all the way down. That way you can pull it up on the chat like I do to keep up with the chats.
Right.
Yeah, me too.
She also said, Mom wants to know why you can't see Tank or Doyen. Well, Doyen is not here. He's in the chat. Tank is right over there, and we turned the camera for him.
There's Tank, and Dorian went home, but he is with us in spirit and chat box.
And sometimes Tank likes to run away from the camera, so.
What?
Yeah. Tank gets camera shy from time to time.
Yeah, I was like that.
That's
too,
false
but
information,
you know what?
like very false information.
So, what happened once you guys made it to the island?
Sorry. Mom said, oh shit, can't run out of the liquid crack. LOL, made a strong ass pot of Java.
You fucking know it.
Right. I don't think we hardly ever do a game diary of any kind, live or otherwise, without coffee.
No, I have to have coffee.
By that time, we've always got coffee.
Always. All right, here, Jade.
Hello, this is Tink.
All right, there she is. Give it up for
She
Tank in
figured
the
it
chat.
out.
She had to miss tonight's game, but she was still with us in
Congratulations.
spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time somebody said they got a hard success, we
Yeah,
thought about her.
they every time, because anytime someone got a hard success,
You just
I
said it.
didn't. They would catch them. They'd be like, "I got a hard," and then they would go,
Especially me.
"I got hard."
Especially me.
Yeah.
See, that started with Tink, the very first campaign we ever did of Call of Cthulhu. Every time she'd get a hard success, she would not say that. She goes, I got hard, guys. I got hard. And she gets so excited. So now to this day, anytime somebody else says that, we're just like, okay, Tink.
Imagine if she would have got a hard success when rolling for the goddess of worship.
Yeah,
Right.
The
The goddess of mystery.
Damn it!
I
the goddess
know.
of Worship. I love that part when she says that.
I want to do a video that's just our bloopers.
Oh, I don't need to know that, bro.
What?
He said, I got hard for real, for real.
Oh,
Mom said,
God.
love the story for the campaign. Well, this one was a one shot,
I changed
but we
Okay,
do have a
I need
campaign
one here.
coming up.
Yes. Sidebars. Always with the sidebars. Always, you know. Anyways, pick it up, sister.
We
You
get
guys got to the
we
island.
get there, and where did we hit first? It wasn't the bridge. It was
The lighthouse.
beach. Or
Yeah, the
lighthouse.
beach. It was the beach, and then you went into the lighthouse.
No, it was the lighthouse, and then the beach on the way to the bridge.
That's right. That's right. Go ahead.
Lighthouse. We got to the lighthouse so that our little tech aficionado over here, Tank the tech guy, could go with Greenie to hook up with a Wi-Fi router.
Yeah.
No,
thing
it was,
in my house.
That was the camera.
cameras and all that.
Yeah,
The cameras
basically,
were already there. He just had to run the cables and shit.
Yeah, I had to run the cable.
And hook it up to the radio antenna.
Tink, yep, the goddess of mysteries, the goddess of worship.
I did that in 40 minutes.
Mom, you should do a campaign about coffee.
That would be kind of hard. Unless we do
Malware,
like
but
a-
it's just fucking
We'll do
coffee
like
grounds.
a Harold and Kumar
I changed my
style.
name on here.
You know, like
I'm putting-
fucking Journey to Starbucks or some shit.
The search for the Java. So
The hunt for Dunkin' Donuts. What?
oh my god, Wilbur,
What
I
is-
got this.
Ah! You can't root for yourself, motherfucker.
You root for everybody else, just not yourself. So they went in the lighthouse, and me and Doyen were like, oh well, he pointed out this other little shed home building thing off the lighthouse. Normally when he points stuff out like that, it's important, so let's check it out. It was literally nothing but rubble.
Again, I stick by my logic. If every single time I
come on.
point something small out, it turns out to be important, there goes all my subtlety. I have to mix it up.
It's frustrating. So went from there to the bridge called the Weeping Bridge. And the story behind this bridge is, children would come and they would hang dolls from the bridge for the spirits. And one day this little girl was with her grandmother, and she went to hang her doll on the bridge, and she fell off the side of it and died. And so it's one of those to this day type things, her spirit's sitting on that bridge waiting on her grandma to come pick her up.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the things that Karina had researched, so I was able to fake a vision with it.
And what?
But I think I did my fake visions very well.
The only thing she left off, it's not just one kid. Multiple kids have died on that bridge.
I was to do that, though. I didn't believe anything.
you see armed guards on the docking platform. It was actually kind of just like dry rotted wood and shit. Like, oh, what kind of condition was all the structures in?
Oh, it was horrible. Like, it was the kind of place that is condemned because if you take the wrong step, you're gonna die. Yeah, how did the stairs go for you two?
The stairs. Ooh.
Yeah,
in
let
the
me get
lighthouse.
both of these guys on camera here.
Okay, so I started taking off, because I was finna hurry up trying to get up there.
He wanted to run up these stairs that have been abandoned for over 50 years. Keep that in mind.
And keep in mind, Tank went before Greenie. Greenie heard everything that happened with Tank.
Now, Tank, you go first since you went first.
So I was hurry up trying to go up there so I don't have to so I can hurry up and try to get it done. And I accidentally fell. Was there already a hole there, or did I put that hole there?
You
put
put that hole there.
the hole there.
So I put the hole there while running, and so it was like basically almost half of my leg was in the hole, and he asked, Granny asked, was like, okay, I wasn't saying anything. I hurry up, got out there, and finished running up the stairs. So I was like, watch out, there's a hole in the stairs.
And then Greenie.
I go running up the stairs okay, and fall through the stairs all the way up to my hip and got a splinter in my, you know what?
Like, he fell
He
in
got
the
splinters
same...
in the family jewels.
He fell in the same damn hole.
Like, heard that Tank ran up the stairs and fell through one of the stairs and put a hole there. And his immediate reaction is, I'm going to run up the stairs.
It's kind of like when he shot that guy in the face, right?
Right. What the fuck, Greenie?
He looked at me sideways.
And then had the audacity to go up to him and be like, you shouldn't look at people like that. Why'd you look at me like that? With a fucking bolt sticking out of his face.
All right, so what happened? What happened after the...
Looks like we're getting hearts.
No, that's for me to heart somebody's shit.
Oh, I thought it only did that when it heard. You
No.
got hearts.
You're getting hearts. He's doing it.
Oh.
Oh, I knew that only happened when people said
Stop!
hearts.
Stop! You're making us look lame.
He's just spamming the heart button.
You can also do the hearts too.
So, what happened after the lighthouse? Well, first, we got to mention that our tech failed like 2 or 3 fucking tech rolls to
And
set
then
up the
I-
equipment.
Not that
And
much.
then he got it
It was only
first
two.
try.
Yeah, I said 2 or 3.
No,
It was 2. You failed, and then you pushed and failed again.
And then I rolled and I freaking got it. And I was like, it wasn't that hard, see?
it wasn't work. No more.
He got it with a fucking 4.
Right off the bat, too. I was like,
And he's like, you know what? I'll try it. I probably won't get. Okay, I got a 4.
It was great.
Yeah, if you guys don't play Call of Cthulhu, the thing that's different about Call of Cthulhu versus D&D, you'll notice in D&D we're like, oh yeah, we got an at 20, it was awesome, but I got a 1, it was horrible. In Cthulhu, it's the opposite. In D&D, you
It
need
goes
higher
from 1 to
numbers.
100
In
instead of
Cthulhu,
1 to
you need
20.
lower numbers. The lower, the better.
So what happened after that?
Under the gates.
Huh?
Greenie happened after that. After we crossed the bridge.
We haven't made it to the bridge yet.
Yes, we did, because we
The
talked
beach
about
was
the...
before the bridge. We didn't do
Right,
the
we
beach at
talked
all yet.
about the spirits on the bridge, and then you asked what the place looked like, and that's what led to the tangent about the lighthouse stairs.
Okay, that means we skipped over all that. So we need to hit it before we move on.
Like, that's one.
It was Lighthouse Bridge, or Lighthouse Beach Bridge.
Yes.
Okay.
you guys talking about the
Hey guys, let's play golf.
I was doing the pizza.
So we went to the beach. We were passing through the beach,
Mhm.
and we seen these stairs along the cliffside. And there were like the beach was loaded in empty beer bottles and cigarette butts and used prophylactics.
If you know what we mean.
I'm trying to keep it, semi PG because we do have a minor here with us,
Let's see.
But like, candy wrappers, all kinds of shit. Like you could tell teenagers was going there just to fucking party because it was isolated.
You said Tank has us on the TV, right?
Yeah.
Hi, Aunt Nat.
Hello. We need a name for
No one knows who I'm talking about.
Fair.
I didn't dox her. Raincoats. Yes. Used raincoats, Nexus.
Tink just now. Awesome. Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I saw.
Tink, you're late.
There's probably a lag.
Probably.
Like if it buffers, it lags.
Here in
Anyway,
like 10 minutes, she's going to see us read that.
what was at the bottom of those stairs?
You
Off
know,
by itself.
well, like at first there was more trash, you know, and then as you looked at the beach, there was like a rowboat upside down on the like right at the beach edge, and it was aside from one spot where people had flipped it a bunch, there it was covered in like purple fungi mushroom looking shit.
Yeah, I was gonna flip it, but I didn't know what that stuff was.
Greenie's just like, I got this, yo.
Cause I straight up asked, is there a spot that's I can see if we could try to flip it, and there was and I didn't know what that purple stuff was. Yeah,
I had the camera in your hand.
Yeah, and that time we wasn't recording. That we didn't start recording until like I don't even know what time.
I don't know what time.
We started, the live stream started at 7 p.m.
And it wasn't that time yet.
We're down to 3 viewers.
Aw, it's because we're boring.
It is. We're disappointing.
Hey, I'm grateful for those 3 viewers. We're
Yeah.
going to keep it going. The show must go on. I love you guys.
People that stay in are cool.
Yeah, only the cool kids hang out on this fucking live stream.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyways,
So I asked.
so and what'd you find under the boat?
It was orbs and
Not orbs, oars.
orbs, and I don't
Like
even know what he
paddles.
counts.
And
It was like a bottle of old wine that's been. It looks like it's been aged.
I forgot I even had that.
Yeah, the alcoholic took that.
Yeah.
Never drank it though.
Yeah, Greenie's character was a known alcoholic.
And a
The
pothead.
show must go.
But he didn't drink once the whole session.
Did you mention to Tank on the live how we managed to write off her character not being there?
Oh yeah. So Tank, I regret to inform you, Patricia was in rehab and thus not able to join on this quest.
It saved her life.
She had a relapse. But if you can't tell from the title, she got off lucky.
I took your job over.
R.I.P. Marco.
People.
I took her job
So
over.
Dorian played Marco Proudfoot, who is the host and face of Spectral Crew, which is their YouTube show.
He's like if Zach Bagans from Ghost Adventures was a frat boy.
And he dresses like the Terminator, like
Who did
the
you
OG
say?
Terminator.
I said if Zach Bagans from Ghost Adventures was a frat
so-
boy.
Basically, we can go to the bridge now. I'm gonna
Um,
let y'all.
yeah, well, we kind of already talked about it, but like when we
got across.
got off the bridge, that's really Greenie's area because we passed this like stone slab with this rune on it, and that was his thing.
Well, that didn't come about until we got back to the bridge later.
Yeah, because we went back.
When
to
you
the
got
server.
across the first time is when they set up the first Wi-Fi repeater.
Yeah, which was right there by the bridge.
Right, I could have
Which
sworn.
was right next to the stone.
I know. I'm saying I could have sworn
We're
we did
back
that
up to
on the way
5.
there.
Mm-mm.
Well, then what happened next? Since I'm fucking up.
Change the name.
You fucked up. You fucked up. You
Well,
fucked up.
Look at
After we got-
Nexus.
After we got off
Change
the
the
bridge, we went.
Man, myth, legend, dairy. I love it.
Me and Tank had to go and set up the Wi-Fi repeaters, which we set one up right off the bridge.
The
Mhm.
repeaters.
Yeah, that
Yeah, that's
fucking
what it
thing had
says
a
on
typo.
the paper. It says repeaters, but he tried to set it up and couldn't set it up. And
The first one I did set up, but the
the second one you failed, and
No, the first one he failed. The second one,
He
Oh,
got
he
it.
yeah.
got it.
Yep.
Because the joke that was made by Nitro was, yeah, he followed your technique.
Yeah, you're right. He got that one set up.
Yeah, Dorian set up the one at the lighthouse. Because you failed that role too.
Dorian saved us on that.
So, but So get those set up. You head to the hospital. You set that one up. And then I believe you guys went to the Grove to start the live stream, right?
Mm-hmm.
And who wants to take it away at the Grove? It's a Lemon Grove.
Oof.
Ah,
You, because you're the first one that.
so, just for reference, the Lemon Grove is basically this patch of land where they grow lemon trees. But every lemon produced by these are fucked up in some capacity. Who picked the first one? Okay? And here, let me get you on screen, and you can tell them what was wrong with your lemon. Go ahead.
What was it that sprayed in my face?
Some icky
The
black
lemon.
dude.
No, that wasn't the first one.
Yeah, it was.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it was like 3 times. No, 5. It was 5.
Yeah, he grabbed two of them.
I grabbed 2.
It was him, and then
Doing
was
it.
it Dorian,
Wilbur said
and
I
then him
shared the
again.
link to somebody.
Who did?
Wilbur.
Thank you.
We are back up to 5 viewers.
Nice. All right, tell them about your fucking lemon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was 5 times the size, and I couldn't find a knife or something. So
I think you bashed it on the tree.
yeah.
He just like straight up He-Man that shit.
And next thing I know, it went all over my face. I grabbed an extra t-shirt out and just wiped it.
He had a bunch of black, icky goo that exploded out of it.
And Dorian grabbed one.
All right.
Then after he did it, then I grabbed another one.
Yeah, Dorian had the one with the blisters on it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so Dorian grabbed one, and it looked like it was covered in these pulsating fucking boils or some shit.
That wrapped around his
And they were
hand.
like festering, and right as he was about to drop the shit, these little white tendrils sprouted out of the boils and wrapped around his fucking hand. It wasn't enough to like do any damage to him, but it freaked him out. He had the real sanity.
Yeah, I did too.
He rolled.
Y'all rolled a lot of sanity this game.
He lost a lot of
Yeah.
money.
Hashtag Dorian went completely insane. We're starting a new one.
The weirdest thing is, I only rolled 3 times for a sanity.
I did like 5.
3 or 4
I
times.
literally, if I'd lost one more point, I would have went indefinitely insane.
I only lost 5.
I was 1 away.
How did you reset to the beginning of the stream?
He probably did like
Go
this.
to where the tracker is and hit live.
He probably did like this.
Probably.
It happens.
It does.
We've all done it.
Anyways.
We got 1 like. Mm-hmm.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dope. I
Check
see
that
it
shit
now.
out.
Then I grabbed.
Awesome.
Then I grabbed an all black.
Yeah.
Tap fast forward too many times.
So I grabbed a black one, and the next thing I know, I kicked it, and next thing I know, I seen a mouth came out, and next thing I know, I started screaming.
At least you didn't have maggots trying to crawl up your legs.
Yeah, tell them about that, Jay.
Like, there was like millions of different types of fucking bugs, like spiders and millipedes and cockroaches and all kinds of shit crawling around on the floor. It was all squishy and ish. And I looked down and there's fucking maggots trying to come up my leg, and I was like, oh my god!
Someone's farting the fuck out of us an emoji.
It's probably fucking Tank again.
It's not even me.
No, it wasn't him. You have to hit it as it's going up to view it.
Whoever's sending hearts, we fucking love you.
So what happened after the? Oh, we had Dorian do his amazing intro speech. That was fun.
I recorded it.
Yeah, we might edit it and upload it at a later time.
Yeah. Do that like a short from TikTok.
Yeah, but he put his all into it. What happened after the Grove? Where did we go? To the hospital, I think.
At the
Yeah.
gates.
Yeah, because we went to the hospital. That's when we passed through the gates of the hospital.
Yeah, because I think before you went in, you went to the administrator's house, right?
No. We went in first, and Dorian took off upstairs because he heard the chanting. And then after that, once he got back to the group, that's when we went.
Okay, yeah.
But, shared on the OG LHR page.
Fucking yes, Die Hard. 7.
Yeah.
Keep
I
going
think
up.
that's the most viewers we've had at one point.
Right.
If
So
we hit 17, I'll cry. All right, keep going.
so as we were going into the hospital, Greenie
I'll
seen
give you a
something in the
cigarette if you get
window.
me a cup of coffee. Just 3 spoons in this one.
Can I have some more too?
I guess.
Thank you, buddy.
You're
You're so awesome.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Hashtag thanks, Greenie.
Give Greenie some love. He does a lot. I give him hell, but he does a lot.
Definitely.
Y'all are so lame.
I
Anyway,
know.
Definitely.
you might need to scoot this way a wee bit. There you go.
So well, I was gonna have him describe what he saw in the window because we didn't see it.
Oh, I can show you now. Hand me my phone.
Yes, you can. Where is your phone?
Okay.
Back there.
Oh, you got it plugged up a certain
Yeah.
way, don't you?
I don't even know if we made it to the part yet, but
Ignore my ugly back.
Once we get to the end of the diary, I'm going to go ahead and answer some questions that they might have and maybe some questions y'all might have.
I definitely got a question.
Well, it's going to have to wait to the end.
I don't know if we went over the thing yet.
I have mainly one particular question.
Oh, wait, I deleted
Or
it.
two.
Hang on a minute. I got to open up the PDF because I deleted the picture.
While we're waiting on Nitro, hey Tank, what was your number one favorite part from today? And as spoiler free as possible, so we can still talk about it when we get to it if we haven't talked about it already.
Cameraman.
Running the camera.
Yeah.
Every 5 minutes, he was like, how many subscribers we got? Because what was the whole point?
Yeah, because I forgot.
Can I just
What was the whole point?
million subs?
Get 1 million subs.
Can I just point out, Wilbur, this looks like you in your costume. It does.
Let me see if it'll show it. No.
You try and get a better angle.
It's glaring. It's not gonna. Maybe.
Oh, there you go.
This is the plague monk. Try it there. Boom.
I could have sworn you had like a plague doctor outfit at one point. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, that's different. It's a gas mask. The plague doctor, look. See the mask? It's got that beak looking thing on it.
Yeah, but like from that angle, it does kind of look like that.
Oh, he said he couldn't see it. I tried.
Anywho,
It's a like a monk dude wearing the cloak with the hood and a gas mask.
he said he had a red cultist one.
It got destroyed.
It got destroyed. Oh, that's sad. I knocked my glasses off. Tank,
Yes.
as spoiler free as possible, if we haven't talked about it already. What part did you like the least from today? While we're waiting on him.
The least.
All right, Nexus. We'll see you when you get back, bub.
Oof. Them stairs.
Them stairs.
And you got off light compared to Greenie.
Or carrying a 5-pound camera around everywhere.
You didn't for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you lost us subscribers.
A lot of them.
Not a me. That wasn't me.
You decided,
He-
hey, I'm gonna just shove this camera at him and take off from
He
the group.
don't know how to work a camera, so technically it's
Then you shouldn't have given him the camera.
You don't know how to commit to a camera.
both of our faults, not just mine.
Nitro,
Yes.
you're always asking us. We're never asking you. What was your favorite part about tonight?
Honestly, about halfway through. Remember when I was dying?
From my rant?
Yes. Yes, and we will
I
get there.
killed him.
We will get there. Oh my God,
might
that
not
was so
have it,
funny.
'cause I put milk in it, so it's
I don't
not
wanna-
a lot.
Yeah, I don't want to go into it because it's
Not
part
that
of
much
the
to make it that nice.
upcoming info, but
I was like, that much milk in it.
This shit is cold. Was
Yeah.
the pot even on?
Yeah, the pot was on.
It was the light on.
Yeah.
Not the clock light, the button light.
Yes.
I don't think it was. This is cold as fuck, bro.
Yeah,
Well,
so
I got more going now.
Will you put that in the microwave for me for like a minute?
when his is done, we put mine in for like 30 seconds.
And then stir it again because all that sugar is sitting at the bottom. It's not stirred in. I'm sorry. It's
Okay,
cold as
so your
fuck.
favorite was my ranch.
Get that door turned. Yes, it was your ranch.
What was your least favorite?
I have to say feeding tank clues in a gravy boat. And he just can't fucking stomach them.
What?
Oh, you mean when I had to take over and solve it for him?
Yes,
We'll get there.
we'll get there.
All
We all
right,
had
now
our
one
moments.
question that you ask us at the end of every game that
Mhm.
no one ever asks you.
Mm-hmm.
What's something you're looking forward to, man?
Two-headed serpent.
Same.
Ruin people's lives.
That was a shitty ass fist bump, but we'll
It
figure it out
was.
next time.
We'll work on it. What's my 28? It'll be all right for a while. Fuck it. Okay, so where were we?
Well, what we were gonna talk about is him describing his scene in the window, but he's still doing that. So, what do
Well,
you
we
want?
kind of already did.
All right. Well,
He looked in the window and he seen the dude in the gas mask, the monk dude, standing in the window. And when he went to point it out to him, the dude was gone.
there we go.
Simple. We're
So-
wasting all this time. Look,
I can't see that far.
42 minutes, and we ain't even close to halfway through this.
Oh no!
We're live. We can't cut none of that.
They're enjoying it.
We have a 2-hour thing.
Oh, we do. I didn't know it was time limited.
It's not. I put that time limit on it.
Oh, see, you don't tell me all these.
I did tell you all these things.
When did you tell me this?
Last time we went live, motherfucker.
You know how long ago that was?
2 weeks. Exactly.
Wilbur said fist bump, more like a weak bump.
She don't listen, y'all. She
I
don't
do.
listen.
I've had a
doesn't.
migraine for 4 days. Okay?
That doesn't mean your ears don't work.
It means my brain don't work.
Fix it,
I've tried.
motherfucker.
Tried
Okay.
it all.
Come on. No, don't fix brains.
I need therapy.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting it. It's not working.
So, anyways, we entered the hospital, and when we went in, we heard this like low chanting,
hmm
and Dorian's immediately coming from upstairs. Dorian's immediately like, "I'm checking this out," and like it stops, I think, and he goes to go up the stairs and notices that if he tries to go up the stairs, he's gonna end up like Tank and Greenie did.
Well, tough because our last live stream went over an hour 55 minutes. So
So we go, or he's like, you know what? Never mind. I turned it around. And that's when we were like, oh, wait, we wanted to go check out that administrator's house.
yeah,
So we went there.
thank you. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're fine. They're definitely warm now.
Yes, we can't drink them for a minute.
Thank
Will
you.
you pass me that Red Bull?
What did we
Temporarily.
find at the administrator's house, brother? I can't remember all of it.
A base head hiding in the rags.
Oh yeah, we found a math fanatic.
No, he's a Heron boy.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. He's one of Patty's friends,
Yeah, he might be Patty's dealer.
probably.
Patricia.
That fucking Vine, Patricia.
Greenie got wood.
What?
She said you got wood, bro.
You got splinters in your jewels.
Yeah.
She said Greenie got wood. Oh, that's great. I love that.
All right.
That's the new slogan.
So what happened with the Heron boy?
We walked in, there was a pile of rags and a hand sticking out of them. Suicidal Queen's just laughing around.
What up? Whoop whoop.
So, who was it
Y'all
that
give
went
it up for
towards the
SQ?
hand to grab a rag? Was it you, Tank?
Dorian.
Dorian went to go grab one of the rags, and the guy jumps up. He's like, Who are you? What are you doing here?
I'll put the camera
Like
down.
freaking out. He's got track marks all over his arms. And
I'll put the
shit.
camera down and put my fist up.
And
That's
he's-
always your first reaction.
like he immediately goes, and like I'm trying to de-escalate the situation. So I get in between them. I'm like, calm down. We're ghost hunters, not MMA fighters.
Right.
And what do I get for this? This dude grabs me.
And what did he say though? With
Because,
that wild ass look in his eyes.
because we'd asked him how long he'd been there. He said he'd been there for 10 years because his friends he'd come to a party with his friends and they left him. And I was like,
By the way, at the end, I have more backstory on him.
I was like, well, why didn't you take the rowboat down on the beach to get home? And he grabs me like by the shoulders, almost violently, and is like, don't touch the boat. It will corrupt you. Out of game, at the table, I looked at Greeny. I was like, you're dead. In game, I was like, I kick him in the nuts. Because I wanted him to let me go. And I'm a female. That's like the quickest fucking let go.
I thought I was doing that. Attacked him off of you. Got him off of you.
I
She
need
kicked him
him,
in the nuts,
which
and then he
got
grabbed
him,
and
to
yanked him
loosen
down.
up. And Dorian grabbed him and threw him to the ground. And then
Busted him in the face.
me, Dorian, and Greeny all tried to attack him, or me, Tank, and Greeny
Uh-huh.
all tried to attack him at once. And we all just kind of like bonk into each
fell.
other. And Dorian's like, man, bam, right in the face and knocked him out.
And what did you do right after?
I was like, oh, cool. I get my turn now.
Me
I
too.
stomp on his jewels.
Yeah.
And right as I say that, Tank follows me up with, and I want to break his hand.
Got it down.
And he's like, damn it, roll it, guys. We both pass.
Yeah, because you had a fucking bonus because the motherfucker was prone and unconscious. What the fuck is wrong with you people?
He had one.
So
hit point
he ended up with 1 hit point, this close to death. His face bloodied. He's unconscious. His grundle's stomped, and his
His
hand is
grundle.
crunched down.
She stomped his dongle.
I bet you that was the. Never mind.
You
He
know,
probably
like,
didn't feel none of it. He was probably too high on his heroin.
no, he was just
Probably.
knocked out. He's like,
Yeah, he got fucked up.
so, what did we find anything else in there? Or did we move on?
Yeah, I don't think so.
All right. So where did we go after that? I think we headed to the morgue because our
Yeah.
live chat, our super chats were requesting us to go to the morgue.
You know who said that?
Well, it was a couple of people, and a couple of people in the live chat.
Who was y'all's favorite live chat member?
Getting there. We had told our viewers that we were going to take requests during this live stream, so a bunch of them were in the live chat going like, "Hey, go to the morgue, go to the morgue," and then there was this one guy in the super chats that sent us $300.
Mm-hmm.
And then another 2 if Marco went through with it.
He was like $300 if you go to the morgue. Another 2 if Marco gets in one of the drawers.
And he did.
He's like, for
And-
And what? Hang on, before we go any further, because this is important. What was his screen name?
Altuna
Ultima Unum.
Ultima Unum, which
Don't say what it translates to yet.
when I get to that part I will, because I
Yes.
was smart. I was fucking smart.
It took you a while. Y'all went through like 3 or 4.
Well,
of
like
this.
at first we thought it was just some super fan, and we were like, "Bro, we'll take that money," because Mary, our basically Maya, basically the girl behind the computer at home.
She's y'all's oracle. She's oracle to your Batman.
She comes over the fucking earpiece that Marco had to communicate with her, and it's like, I just checked. This money's real. It was just wired to our bank account. And
Which it
Marco's
was.
like, fuck, I'll do it. And then he tried to negotiate with him. He's like, hey, if you send another 4, I'll stay in there for at least 3 minutes because I won't suffocate in that amount of time. And he failed his role. I was like, can I persuade? Because I have an 80 in persuade. And Natural's like, how? I was like, tell him if he sends another 4, I'll lock him in there. Because there's no handle on the inside. And I passed that bitch.
So he climbs up on the bed slab. They push him in, shut the fucking door.
Lock it.
And then who wants to talk about what happened in
So
there?
we all had these head cams with night vision. So like the live stream was kind of like a split screen effect. It would jump between the different head cams on one side, and on the other side it was the main cam,
Yeah, Maya could switch the main view to whichever angle shot she needed.
So like she had set to his and then the main camera. So we're watching on his head cam, and all we see is him laying there, and then all of a sudden he starts freaking out, and we're thinking he's
screaming, trying to get out.
We're like, this dude's a fucking lightweight, and we're laughing about it. We see on the head cam, he takes his flashlight and hits himself in the nipple with it.
Hard.
We're like, what the fuck? So timer goes off. We let him out, and we're like, dude, why'd you freak out so bad? And he lifts his shirt. He's like, this is why. And we're like, because you bruised your nipple? Like, we didn't tell you to do that. But from his perspective, while he was in there, all of a sudden this horde of rats was climbing up his legs, and that's why he started freaking out. And one started trying to chew on his abdomen. So when he went and hit himself, he was trying to knock the rat off and just missed. Come to find out, the rats were never fucking there. But it was funny. But like during the live stream, this Ultima Unum guy kept sending us super chats for like
ridiculous
hundreds of dollars with requests of us to go to different areas and do different things.
Yeah,
and we didn't think nothing about it at first, but then it started seeming really odd to me. And then while we were in the morgue,
what was the one that started making you think about
drink
it?
from the basin?
Yeah,
for me.
So.
It was for me.
We'll get there.
Yeah. Like
right before we left the morgue, in the live chats, we had a chat that said, "We're cold, let us out."
Yeah.
And that's honestly, that was in the back of my mind the whole time. That's why the chats from him started getting more and more weird to me.
Yeah.
Because I had pointed out to them, I was like, guys, this to me sounds like, hi, Strife.
Strife, whoop, whoop. Shouts out to Strife in the fucking chat.
I said, to me, this sounds like, spirits here trying to communicate, because we all know they're able to manipulate electronic devices to communicate. They use that energy. And, they're like, yeah, that does make sense, So, like, we pulled out a spirit box and tried to talk to him. Didn't really get much. So we were like, all right, time to move on. And by then, Ultima Unum had given us another request. So we were like, hey, that's on our list anyways. Let's go.
Well, you're skipping over something. When y'all were using the spirit box, you didn't hear anything, but something happened.
We were trying to ask questions, and we weren't getting any answers. And all of a sudden, one of a dozen, one of the swords. All of a sudden, one of the doors of one of the morgue drawers just fucking flies the fuck open. Like, I'm talking legit poltergeist shit right there. And like any fucking ghost show, you got people in the comments going, hey, fake, So I'm immediately like, no, okay, let's try and debunk it. So Marco walks over and, he's checking it out, proving there's no strings and shit, showing there's no handle on the other side. There's nobody in there.
Right.
And when he reaches in there to prove no one's in there, he finds a cassette tape.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes it out and gets a tape recorder from Tank, and they play it. The sheet is right over there.
Grab that sheet.
It's right over there under that jacket. No, the one that says voice 1, voice 2, voice 3.
Yep.
And that's what
Before you go over this, what did you guys hear initially?
We heard Italian men speaking over this with like gunfire and explosions in the background. But none of us spoke Italian except Marco, which was Doyen's character.
But there was one word you could make out because it sounds the same in every language.
The only word we could make out was at the very end. We heard Marco, which to us was really weird, and that's why Marco told us what was said, because he did speak Italian, which was
You ain't got to go over all of it. Just give them a gist of what's going on and then read.
Right. Basically, it's these two men talking about, what is this? What's on his skin? What's going on? We got to get out of here. This third guy comes in and he's all out of breath. He's like, all right, we got the last of them. It's time to go. They start freaking out. What is that? All this shit. They end up leaving. They drop their recorder. They leave. And all of a sudden, this more like guttural, demonic type voice comes in. And it says, "You are never leaving here, Marco. She betrayed you and the rest. Morning shall never come again."
That will come into play later.
I
as well.
just realized something.
Did you? Did you put it together?
What?
That will come into play later.
In a way, I called it.
That one comment that one dude would say it was fake. I said your mom was fake.
It was shit talking everybody in the chat.
The worst thing is Tank's character is a steadfast skeptic, but a great tech guy. So that's why he's on the crew. So like all this shit going on, and he's like, I don't buy it.
But then he still defends it when people call it fake.
Right.
I like that. Because he knows it needs to seem real for the show.
Like he 100% don't buy it, but he knows other people need to for him to make a living. So he's like, yeah, I don't buy it. Call it fake again, mother.
Yeah.
But as he's freaking seen it on himself, how that'll be like you saying, I don't believe
Oh,
it.
he believes now, I'm sure.
Right? Just at that point,
He
he
saw-
probably thought it was like
dude,
a spring
he-
trap or something.
Spoiler alert, he watched a walking penis get firebombed. I'm pretty sure he believes
Right. That will make more sense later.
that. It will.
So, we left the morgue after that. Where was it we went after that? And was it by request or was it because it was on the list? I think it was both.
Yeah, where's that map? With
Over
the
there
schedule
in
on
the
it.
exact same spot that sheet was in.
The one with the sticky notes on
Yep.
it. Right there. Hand it here. Let's see. Yeah, next was the cremation pit.
I think we did get a request to go there anyways.
What about Maya's email? Oof. Oh no, we went over those.
And the emails were just what she sent us at the beginning, letting us know where we were going and what we were doing.
And then
Doing for the live
basically
stream.
she just kept you up to date on, hey, you got this much time, we need to do this.
Right.
Hey, pay attention to the live chat.
Here's your time frame. Here's your layout. Here's your map type shit. That way we could get what we needed done.
And if you ever know, I don't know if you noticed this or not either, the chapel that led to the crypt.
Yeah, I made that comment at
Yeah.
the table because you remember when I had asked you about a bunker?
Yeah.
Doyen had been like, but where would it even be? I was like, my best guess would be the chapel because we've seen it. We know it's here, but it's not on the layout map. There's a reason for that.
You found the reason.
Doyen said, I'm back in.
Yes.
So, but that's why.
So do
because
we
they
have
didn't want
Doyen,
anyone
Tink,
to go
and
there.
Strife? I think we got the whole crew in this bitch.
We got Doyen, Teak, Strife, and Nexus.
Whoop whoop. We got the whole fucking crew.
I'm
Nice.
excited.
We got Wilbur in this bitch.
We even got Suicidal Queen up in this bitch.
Right? Okay. So, cremation pit.
Yes. It was still burning.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it had been like what, since nobody had been there since the 1950s?
Yeah, late 40s.
Aside
early
from
50s.
down on the beach, nobody
Yeah.
came up past that point since the 1950s.
Correct.
Except for what's his name? That went to the hospital that we've seen. The one that got left at the beach. He's been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's been hiding.
Yeah, he went up on the main island after he couldn't leave the beach.
He's been there hiding for 10 years. He didn't burn shit in the cremation pit.
I'll give you guys more info on him when we get to the end. There's a bunch of unanswered questions because you guys didn't hit everything.
Tink got us.
Oh, you motherfucker!
Fuck you,
Mike.
Anyway,
so
it looked like a pig or something, and it was still smoldering.
yeah.
You got a vision that told you what it actually was.
Oh yeah.
And I faked a vision.
You faked a few of them very convincingly.
Let me grab that.
I tried
She was so convincing that the psychic thought she was a psychic.
to the point that there was one area that he specifically asked me to read with him.
And she bullshitted her way through it.
Okay.
Because I made sure I only faked visions in areas that I did research about.
Mm-hmm.
So when we were there, when he asked me that, I made sure of where we were. I looked at my research and I was like, okay.
Yeah, where's the one that says cremation pit?
Oh my God.
What?
Tink just texted me.
What?
Wait, no, what the fuck are you talking about? I actually thought it was the OK symbol because I punched in awesomeness.
It is okay. Symbol.
We
It's
thought
an
you were
upside-
doing that.
It's still an upside down ball gazer. I don't care. Is that it? Yeah. That's we're not gonna read all.
To respond, Tink.
Okay. So basically the vision you got had the creature being burned alive by those dark robed figures.
Yep.
The creature was a giant rat. A rat the size of a pig.
Was I right? Was the monks cultists?
Yes.
See, do I know my Cthulhu?
Did you see the symbol that was on the coin?
No, I never got to see it.
Same one that was on the capstones.
No.
Why do you think he couldn't cross them? We'll get there.
Hey, where's that paper at?
We got to the part about them stairs.
You care? Not that.
We already
I'm talking
did the
about this.
stairs.
Talking about them stairs where I seen that one.
I just put it back.
That one person
Yeah, I got it.
that I
What
didn't
the
let
fuck?
y'all know about.
What the fuck, Mike? Oh.
The only time, as
We
far as
skipped over somebody. Someone was sneaking around.
that's
in the
what I was
woods
going to
when
say.
y'all
As far
showed
as
up.
I know, the only person you saw, you did alert Marco to.
Yeah, but we didn't talk about it yet.
He said that he didn't alert nobody to someone he saw on the stairs.
They weren't on the stairs.
That's what I'm saying.
That was down the stairs. Down on.
No, the person we're talking about was out in the woods. So who was sneaking around the woods waiting for you guys to show up?
Emily. Not Emily Among, guys.
Yeah. She made that joke at the table and I went the fuck off.
He said, her name is Emily. I went, Emily Among has fallen so far. He goes, no!
Emily Levine, and she wants to ride Marco's disco stick very badly.
She's a psycho fan stalker.
Shit, no, but she is a whore.
Who, when seeing that we were promoting this live stream, went to the location and camped out to wait for him.
Psycho.
I just want you guys to think of something.
She needs
Before
help.
we go any further, keep what I'm about to say in your mind. I'm not going to tell you why it's important right now. Just keep it in your mind.
I
okay?
already know.
She had been there for a few days, and you guys sent her away when she come up to you.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm glad we did, though.
Oh, you made the right move. I'm just stating, keep all this in mind. All this alone time she has on the island, keep in mind.
Oh, I know. That's on top of the whole stalker thing, I did not trust her being there for so long when there was already so much weird shit going on there. And that's why when he was like, well, I was like, hang on. And when I went over and whispered to him, I told Doyen, I was like, play nice and convince her that you have a special task for her on the other side of the island.
Do you remember what I had you guys do when you got to the main island after you got off the bridge on your character sheets?
Yes, you had us mark an exposure box, and I know what that was for.
What was that for?
The taint. Not the Grundle taint. The taint as in being tainted.
Yes, Tank, you will always be Saint Thistlespring.
Yeah.
We're not talking about Fantasy High Nitro.
Tank brought it up, not me.
Tank.
Or bringing stuff up from the past.
Sister.
Brother.
Equal.
May I read
Sure.
now that we've played?
No.
So basically, there's this fucking disease thing that's caused by this creature that is the big villain.
So that's where me and Greenie were.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where Tank and Doyen made it.
Uh-huh. And this
Is how far it goes up
Emily
to
was.
Emily and Angelo.
Yes, and Angela.
That's why you kept having them roll those cons.
Good.
Can I read it to them?
Yeah,
Sure.
go ahead.
All right, so I'm going to read the level that me and you got because we only checked one box of exposure.
I did too.
Tank and Doyen got 2. Emily and that Angelo guy made it all the way up to level 10.
Dang.
So I'm going to read to you what those side effects were, okay? Level 1. The victim becomes aware that there's something wrong about the island, but they can't quite put their finger on it.
Pretty much what me and you were.
Level 2, Tank and Doyen. The victim begins to sweat more. Remember that? But this can be attributed to the heat and humidity. Every half hour or so, the keeper, Nitro, can have them make a constitution roll. Failure means that they feel slightly dizzy from dehydration. You ready to hear the level that Emily and Angelo were at?
Yeah.
Level 10, modifiers non-applicable. Effect. The victim suddenly begins to feel better. The nausea and sweating is gone and the cysts are beginning to close. Unfortunately, they are now driven by a compulsion to join with Hastalic at all costs. No POW check will allow them to resist. This manifests when the victim sees Hastalic's avatar rise.
Which we'll get to again later.
Optionally, the keeper may want to allow the investigator a hard POW check each round to resist the urge. In addition to this, they are now prevented from leaving the main island by the elder sign at the bridge. So Emily and Angelo would not have been allowed to leave.
Nope.
Even if we hadn't caught on and we tried to help them get off the island with us, they would have died. Or been held back.
They should have died.
They wouldn't.
They did die, technically.
They wouldn't have been able to cross the sigils. That's Tank.
Oh.
See what SQ put?
Uh-huh. Sure.
So, where were we?
We just sent Emily off.
Yeah. And you had already visited the cremation pit. What was after that?
And that's when I was going to follow her, but I got told.
No. After the cremation pit, I believe, is when Tank thought it'd be a good idea to go off on his own.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, because I wanted to.
No, that was before the cremation pit.
Yeah, that was while you guys were still at the hospital.
He went to the back of... He shoves the camera to Greenie without any warning and leaves the group to go to the back of the hospital.
Here, let's let him tell it.
It was stuck to the lighthouse to check on like the equipment and stuff.
The mass grave he saw was at the back of the hospital.
No, he didn't. He saw it out the window at the lighthouse behind. It was behind the hospital, but he saw it from the lighthouse.
Oh, okay.
Lighthouse is the highest elevation. You can see almost everything.
I misunderstood when you were describing it to him. I thought he was standing there looking at it.
No.
No, because
that's why he couldn't see exactly what it was until he got there. If he was at the hospital, he would have seen clearly.
I wanted to check like on the equipment and stuff, and that's when I seen it, and that's when I got went down to the.
And that was a scheduled place that you guys skipped.
Yeah,
but I went.
Well, we were gonna go there.
Well, if he would have went, y'all would have got more info.
Yeah, with me, but he didn't, and he lost 100,000.
We told you if you would have waited, that was on the list, and we were planning on hitting all of them.
And that's when I lost over 100,000 worth of subscribers, thanks to him.
Guys in the chat, tell Tank, yes or no, should you split the party in Call of Cthulhu?
Or any TTRPG. while they're filling in their answers. What was after the cremation pit? I think that we were headed towards the mass grave that he had mentioned, and we seen something else.
I said yes.
Fuck you, Tank. No, actually, I think you guys were headed back toward the. Yeah.
Tink, in my opinion, never.
Yes.
What'd she say?
That's what she said.
In my opinion, never. But at least nothing bad happened to me.
This time. Why don't you ask
My answer
Dorian
is
what
it
happened when he
depends
split
on
the
the
party in Rick and
situation.
Morty
I
versus
think-
D&D?
I think at this point is when you guys went back to the bridge and seeing what was on the stone caps because it was
Yeah.
after the house when he found that coin
Yep.
and that hand drawn map. You want to talk about that?
I thought we got that off of Angelo.
We did. It's the same place he got that coin.
Oh, okay.
So go ahead and tell him about the map because it's important.
Basically, the map is like the regular map, only it's a crude drawing version of it. Like somebody sat down and drew it with these little markings all around the island. And one of them was like right at the bridge.
Fun fact: that wasn't in the module. I included that.
Oh, that's nice. Suicidal Queen. I don't think so because everyone has strong points that others don't. That helps the party.
Yes,
That is a wonderful answer. I love
it
that.
is.
But my opinion is it depends on the situation. Like,
I agree. There are times to split the party, like during like if you guys are in town just gathering information,
yeah.
by all means, split the party. You get it done in half the time.
But
But if you're on a fucking haunted island with monsters, should you split the party?
Yes.
Like, okay,
We know what you think.
example
Party
of a
splitter.
good time to split the party was in one of our first Cthulhu campaigns. Me, Tink, and Strife were at the split, and we had to get all of these residents to
Yeah.
a safe area, but there were so many of them we couldn't have the time to all go, so we split off into separate rooms.
That's what she pistol whipped that old man.
However, like, ask Dorian about Rick and Morty versus D&D when we all wanted to take a long rest before going up,
And he
Any
took off
further?
on his own.
and he decided, I'm just going to go by myself and face the BBEG alone.
what about the Halloween one that you made me split the party with you and you killed me?
That's
Yeah,
also a
so
good
you can't-
example.
So you can't get on to him for splitting the party because you're the one that dragged me.
Here's
to
the
split
difference.
party.
In this one, we were all working together. In that one, my goal was to kill you.
Yeah.
That's the difference. That's why I encouraged you to split.
Tank says, yeah, 90-year-old Purple Heart veteran.
Shut up, Tink.
Hey,
Goddess of mystery.
The goddess,
Goddess of worship
Yeah,
is
the
what
goddess
she
of
kept
worship.
saying.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually called the Goddess of Mystery.
Cream corn ooze asshole, you asshole.
Anyone that's lost, go check out our very first Fantasy High video.
when's the others coming out?
Ask her.
When I can get the fuck done.
I've been nowhere 2 months.
He said it.
When
not
you
me.
gonna stop fudging rolls?
Oh, shit.
That's been way over 2 months.
Over 2 months is crazy.
Called you out live. So,
She said, hey, I did that to help the party. LOL.
hey, it worked. No one's holding it against you except maybe that ooze.
Nitro, so I think this is the first time in D&D history anyone's rolling to go up a cream corn ooze monster's butthole.
So what was on that capstone on the granite disc?
That is a greeny question because I didn't get to look at it.
Huh?
What was on the disc on the ground by the bridge? The stone disc.
Tink
Same
said,
thing
yep,
that was
I
on
will
the
go
coin.
down in history.
They're the same symbol.
Yes, you will.
I don't know if they can see it, but
Let me
back
try.
it up a little bit.
There we go. Oh,
Excuse me.
can you guys see that?
This way. We're trying.
It's like a 10-minute.
It got better there at the end.
Yeah. So That is
What do you
the.
mean no?
Sorry. Anyway, it's the original
Oh, that's
H.P.
you,
Lovecraft created Elder Sign. And this is also something I added that wasn't in the mod because it was a suggestion of Seth and it made a lot of sense. By the way, I can't believe I forgot. Shout out to Seth fucking Skorkowski. Go check his shit out. I'm telling you, dude, I must have watched his review for this 27 fucking times preparing for this. He was a monumental fucking help. Thank you, Seth Skorkowski. Y'all give him a sub. But
He had no physical book for this
At all.
scenario.
so basically, in the module, there's only one of those stone things, and it's right
How
by that
dare you.
bridge.
I don't know what she said. How dare you?
I don't know, but that's it. It's just it just keeps him from crossing the bridge, and that's it.
Yeah.
So Seth had the idea to put 6 of them around the island. That's like trapping him on there, so
That
he
way you can't even get to the water. How did they retract the water?
They didn't. That's a question we'll get to at the end.
Okay.
Any unsolved mysteries? Hashtag not sponsored. We will get to at the end of the recap if we can get to the end of the recap.
All right. Well, let's fly through the rest of
I was about to
this.
say that's a YouTube channel, Unsolved Mysteries.
That's a TV show.
It's also a YouTube channel.
It's been a TV show since like the late 80s, early 90s.
Almost every TV show has a YouTube channel.
Yeah, I watched the podcast.
Yeah, it was a TV show before the internet was a thing. Bro.
I know.
Well, before internet at most people's homes.
No,
was a
that's
thing.
why when you said Unsolved Mysteries and you said not subscribed.
Not
Hashtag not
sponsored.
sponsored.
Yeah, hashtag not sponsored.
That's my catchphrase.
It kind of.
All right, so where were we?
They found the thing with the room,
Yeah.
and then we went to.
Then you went to I think you went to the chapel.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were talking about it, and while we were talking about it, we got another
Because you're running
request.
Out. Yeah, you're running out of
And
time.
she was like,
too.
"No, I'm done."
Oh,
No.
What about the request?
You
You
got a request to visit the administrator's office in the hospital. That's where you went next.
Yeah,
What?
from
What about that request that I got told for $1,000 to drink the one?
We haven't gotten
That's
there
where
yet.
we're getting to right now.
we got the request to go to the administrator's office from who, brother?
Ultima Unum. And they got in
Remember
there.
that.
Yeah, I think at this point that was like the 3rd or the 4th super chat from him.
For like anywhere between $200 to $500 at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like the main reason we were doing his requests first, because Marco, being Marco, is like, hey, let's get that moolah.
And even Maya was like, this guy's forking out a lot of cash. Let's make him happy.
And every time we would, do one of his requests, not only would we get more money, we would get a fuck ton more subscribers,
Mm-hmm.
which I started piecing together.
But not until you got in
Right.
there.
So we get to the administrator's office.
This is the part that was my least favorite. Go ahead, sister. Go ahead and snitch
we
out your
found
man.
this.
Did you forget Greenie?
What?
It wasn't Greenie.
No, it
Tank.
wasn't. It was Tank. Snitch out your nephew.
So we found this crucifix on the wall, and there was this like scuff mark next to it,
Behind it.
And Tank
It was like a perfect
rolled
circle.
an idea roll, right? And that's when he, the idea that Nitro gave
At
him.
first, I just told him what it was, and then when he couldn't figure it out, is when I gave him the
Yeah,
idea.
he gave him time, and then he offered, do you want to roll for an idea? And he goes, yeah. So he rolls. And how did you word it to him?
I said, it looks like the scuff marks were put there by the crucifix as a result of it being turned,
A lot.
like spinning.
And me, Greenie, and Doyen are all sitting here because it's clicked and we're waiting. And Tank's like, so can I search something else now? And after waiting and probing, finally I'm like, can I do the idea roll? And he goes, go for it. I roll. He's like, all right, you get the same idea. I'm like, cool. I turn the crucifix. And Tank goes, oh.
As it opens, he goes, "Oh."
As the fucking door, the wall
He's like,
opens
"See,
up.
I told you." This is what he said.
He did. Like we were, like y'all were the idiots.
Right? We were like, the fuck?
I'm not calling you an idiot. Oh shit.
Suicidal Queen responded to y'all's conversation about Unsolved Mysteries. That show is so old.
I loved that show.
That is an awesome ass show, though.
So we
One of
go
my
into
favorite
this
shows
secret
ever.
room. It's Marco, then me.
Mhm.
By this point, he's like, "So, just saying, are you my second in command?" And we're like, "It's up to you. You're the lead." And he goes, "She's my second in command." Because by that point in the universe, my character and his character were best friends.
She was
I
pretty
was the
much
one
a
that
co-host.
usually gave the visions and shit.
Yeah.
Until they found out that.
So it was Marco, then Karina, then Heon, then Enoch.
Yep. And we go down there. And can you give them a brief description of what we saw, brother?
Just going by memory, trying to keep it short, sweet, to the point.
Mm-hmm.
It was a small square stone room, and in the center was a stone basin filled and crusted with blood. Crusted with dried blood, and then there was blood in the basin.
Okay. There was also a body.
That was later. Oh, wait, there was. Yes.
Because it had a gun in one hand and a book in the other. And I took the
And
book.
how was it dressed?
It was in
Monk's
robes. I took the book and Marco took the gun. We ended up swapping. So I ended up with the gun and he
We
ended up
missed
with the
one key
book.
part about him that y'all found out. I know we found it out a little bit later, but we can go ahead and mention it.
He had a bullet hole in his head.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
that's
how many bullets were missing from his gun?
one. So we got another request super chat with what? How much?
It's like
1,000, I think it was.
yeah,
That's for
something
me.
like that. Yeah, it was for Heon
And it said
because he was talking shit, and he said to the cameraman,
drink from the basin.
No, he told him to sit in the basin. He told
Then
someone
also
else to
drink it.
drink from it.
He told him to sit in the basin, and I was telling them to stop, and then he sent another one saying to drink from it.
I was gonna do it.
That's when you
And I
Googled
kept
the
telling
name.
him stop. And
I was
I,
gonna do
in
it.
character, pulled out my smartphone because it was based in 2019 and I knew I could do it. Hopped on Google Translate, typed in
Ultima Unum.
for Latin, and reverse searched it for what it meant in English. And I was like, nah, I don't trust this shit.
What it mean?
The last one. And they're like, well, what's wrong? He's giving us a lot of money. We're getting a lot of subscribers. This is awesome. I'm like, no. We're in a creepy ass fucking satanic cult room with fucking a thing full of some shit. And this dude's trying to get us to drink it. Every time he says something, either our subscribers go up or down.
What did he say when you were
But I was
going
the only
through
one that
this?
believed
Or
him.
First of all,
chats?
can we just... I was ranting. I was
No,
swearing.
this was slightly after this. It was after the other super chat he mentioned is when you went on that tirade.
But if you don't
Jade and
remember-
Greenie, your little sister, says, hi, you are YouTube stars. Hi, TT, we love you.
Okay, so first we gotta mention his last super chat before, because that happened right before your rant. That's what blew you over the edge when he addressed you.
When I was telling them not to do what he said for the first time, he got irritated. And he goes, Karina, tell him the truth. So I got smart-assed, and I went, oh, you want to know the truth? You want to know the fucking truth? Okay, Enoch has visions.
And I told you the whole time I believe you. And I told them, as you said, do not drink that. I said, yeah, I want you.
Because see, like by this point, I'd already pieced it together about him. Way on, he got a
He's
vision
horrible
from
at
Nitro,
keeping secrets.
and he reads it. He goes, "Wait, who is this? What's this mean?" And Nitro goes, "Can you shut the fuck up?" And I just looked at him, and he goes, "See, she already knows."
I'm sorry.
So,
It threw me off. I was like, what?
so
It's not supposed to make sense right
I had
after
this
that.
huge
You
fucking
sit
rant
together
about
over
this
the
dude
course
and
of
this
the scenario.
situation. I was like, I'm at
That's
like
how they work.
I feel
I'm not
like
doing
I'm
this
losing
shit.
some aliens.
and
Who's that plague monk? The guy with the mask.
And Maya's like, like, we've got to do this. We've got to hit our mark. And Marco's like, she's right. Let's just tough it out. I was like, you want me to stay? Give me the fucking gun. Give me the fucking gun.
She went on a 20-minute rant at the table in character about how she's like, fuck this. I'm going home. I'm not doing it.
I was like, you want this shit? I will walk. I will fucking walk.
Dude, I was done. It took me looking at her, not in care. I had to, like, if I had a fucking flag, I would have held that bitch up. And I was like, are we stopping? And she goes, I'm going. And I'm like, so we're quitting the game. And she goes, huh? I'm like, yeah, if you go home, the game's over.
I went, fuck, fine, but give me the fucking gun. No, like, you hear my voice? This is from my rant. I was that fucking loud and on
Visceral.
point.
It was
Like,
great.
he was over here dying. It took him a good 10 minutes just to catch your breath enough to say, are you gonna quit?
There's some scary shit going
Right.
down, man. So what was in that next room? With the drains in the floor.
Torture room.
What was in there?
Body in monk's robes. And Tank goes up to touch it and it just completely falls apart. So I was like, okay, y'all want me to stick around? Okay. And I went up and tore 3 sheets of fabric off the fucking robes. And I looked at him because he's a known alcoholic. He brought 9, 10 fucking whiskey bottles, brought 4 in with him, left 3 up at the lighthouse. I was like, how many whiskey bottles you got on you? He goes, 4. I'm like, hand me 3. And I stuffed the fabric in the bottles, handed them back to him. I was like, put these in your bag, be careful. And he's just looking at, everybody's looking, and he goes, she just made Molly's.
You just reminded me of something I cannot believe we forgot to mention.
What?
Dorian found one more item on the bridge wedged into the side. That is very important later.
He found a grenade.
What was that?
Because another key feature we skipped over when you guys got there was the first thing you noticed littering the fucking ground.
Gun casings and craters from explosions and stuff from the war.
No, it wasn't from the war. We'll get to that later, but it wasn't from the war.
It wasn't.
No,
That just clicked. That just clicked. Oh my. Okay.
That's that face we were talking about last time.
There wasn't a war.
There
was
was
a war there, but that stuff was not from the war. Oh, okay. We'll get to it.
That was a war base.
Shush. We'll get to it.
It has nothing to do with the war
I know that.
at all.
I know, but that's a war base. That's why it wouldn't have shells and all that from the war.
Okay, anyway.
Anyways, so I think that's when we got a request about the chapel.
Yeah.
And we were like, we got to get this shit done. It's on our list. Our time for the fucking thing's coming up. As soon as we get this done and we hit 1 million, we can go home. So we headed to the chapel. We forgot to mention periodically, either one of us or the group, while we're walking around, would see a swarm of black flies
Very large.
going around different. I think at one point you seen the swarm chasing Angelo.
That was in a vision.
Oh, in a vision.
Mm-hmm.
I know we've seen it a couple of times.
If you remember me saying Angelo can't cross the runes, but in that vision he did. That was before he hit that level.
I know there was that book. Whenever me and Marco traded, he went to open it and it basically just crumbled. It was so old. There was one piece of paper left, and it was written in Latin. And so he Google translated it, and I read it out loud for everybody. And I was like, I fucking told y'all that this shit's fucked up.
Yeah.
Because and the one thing that really cued me in that
the page, what's left of it.
I just want to point out I'm going to put emphasis on the part that really stood out to me, because I had already been saying that this shit was funky and telling them not to go through with this.
Mm-hmm.
And when I read this after having seen that swarm so many times, I was like, see, I told you, you know. So I'm going to put emphasis on that part. The excerpt says, and lo did blessed Hastalic, bringer of fever, fly emperor, the grand corruption, savior of the remains, sickness emboldened, rise from his nest and curse the unbelievers with a sickness which did befoul water, turning it salted and cause poultry to lay eggs, thrice twisted and stillborn. And
What'd you say after
I
that?
made Nitro laugh again because as soon as I got done reading that, I slammed it down. I went, I'm a believer, guys. I just want to go on record. It's on camera. I'm a believer. Praise Halistick.
Halistick. Praise Halistick.
Hastalic. Turn it into Tink.
You are. Oh, that's great. That's caught on camera forever, guys. Halistick. Hashtag right there.
Halistick.
Okay. So we'll get back to Halistick later. So we go to the chapel, yes?
And by this point, everyone in the group knows that he is psychic. And everybody else still believes that I am. And remember when we said that he specifically asked me to read and I faked my way through it and he believed it? That's now.
I'll be right back.
Oh,
Hey, brother.
More?
yeah, man.
Hey, brother. Can you get me on good news?
He can. He'll go with me.
I'm alone. I'm alone.
Alone.
Can I steal your chair for a minute?
No. I get a little bit lonely.
I'm just kidding. So, there was the mural paper on the ceiling had been falling down, and Doyen and Tank had seen, like it was a mural of a monk, and they had seen it turn its head towards them, and they're like, "Dude, it's looking at us," and we're like, "No, it's not, because we didn't see shit." And Greenie's like, I want you to come touch this and read this with me. I'm like, oh, okay. So we do, and he gets a real vision, and I faked my way through another one with fucking research, and he's like, okay. So, I think after that we went downstairs. But I don't want to lie to you guys, so we're going to wait for Nitro to help me finish that up. Who's still in the chat? That's what I want to know. We're down to 4. Who's there? Whoever's still in the chat, say hey. Do, 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 do. Yeah, that's our map. There's such a lag for you guys. Like I'm seeing it down to 3. That's sad, but it's okay. Like I've got my phone pulled up on the live stream just to watch the chat for whenever you guys respond, and there's such a lag between the laptop and the phone. So I really think we went down to the crypt next, but I don't want to go ahead and say that if it's not correct. Suicidal Queen, hey! Hi, girl. At least I'm not completely alone. Hey!
All right. Where were we?
He has it at the end. I just told them about the vision that I faked with him.
Okay.
I didn't go into detail on his vision because I didn't really saw it and I didn't want to fuck it up. And I think we went down to the crypt after that, but I wanted to make sure before I continued.
What vision? Where we both touched the wall?
Yeah.
I kinda forgot.
You heard a voice.
Yeah, I heard
It was like a whisper.
the dude call my. I think it was my name.
It was a name, but it was not your name. It said Hastalik.
Yeah.
Suicidal Queen said, I think it's time for my tat, just saying.
Which one? Just saying. This one? Anyway. So yeah, the crypt.
Oh, thank you.
Crypt.
Is that where we went
Yep.
next? Wasn't that with the stone pillar
Uh-huh.
in the middle of the room with the candles on it?
Uh-huh.
Which I did not like. I was like, okay, how much time do we have till midnight? Because that's when we had to do our little ghost sesh. And he goes, about 5 minutes. I said, cool, I'm lighting a cigarette after all that. But, oh, no. We did miss something.
What?
Before we went down in the crypt, I got attacked.
Hey.
Oh, the swarm?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh, we both did.
somebody appeared in front of you guys. Who appeared?
The fucking plague monkey
The
dude
shadow
died.
Plague monkey!
The shadow man.
The plague monk.
Plague monk.
He appeared
AKA the shadow
in
man.
me.
And my immediate of course, my immediate reaction was to pull out the gun, and he just kind of
And I told her put the gun
and
down.
poofed and
No.
sent a swarm of the flies at me.
Mhm.
No, before that I told you put the gun down.
Yeah, but I didn't.
Yeah, you did. You started slowly putting it down.
No, I didn't. Ask Drew or ask Nitro.
What the fuck?
Mike.
Where's the next one? You're getting one too. You said the K word earlier.
Yeah,
When?
I'll show you when we're done.
yeah,
We've got it on camera.
yeah.
What?
That
my
sounded like a
name?
goat.
No, her name. It's on camera. I'll show you.
Oh, yeah.
Anywho,
But I probably did.
but no, I did not. You can ask Nitro. While I had the gun pointed, that's when he cocked his head, poofed off, and the fly swarm went at me. And when he had showed up, I had grabbed your hand. That's why when it come at me, it come at both of us because you were right there.
No, the part I was
And we
talking
both had to dodge.
the part I was
We
talking
both
about
fell.
is when we was coming back down the stairs and I saw someone there and I asked the question and he wanted to talk back to me.
He just went like that and disappeared.
Yeah, that was the same guy.
It was a
That
shadow
was?
man.
Mm-hmm.
The whole time.
He kept showing up throughout.
Throughout the whole game, I seen him pretty much.
But yeah, we the swarm come at us, and we failed our dodge, but I got smart. I reached in his bag, grabbed his 4th bottle of whiskey that we hadn't turned into a Molly, tossed it back to where it was in my mouth, pulled out my Zippo lighter, and went into the fucking flies.
And what they do?
They squealed and dispersed. Well, not dispersed. They like poofed into like a cloud of shadows, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I just kind of capped it and stuck it in my boot. That way, if I needed it for that reason again, it was right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, she stole my alcohol.
I think in Cthulhu, I have become very good at finding things to turn into weapons.
Oh, you have to, especially with a one shot. You're not given very many
Right.
weapons.
Like, we weren't given anything because we were just their ghost hunters.
Yeah, they didn't have any weapons going in.
Like, I made sure I could figure out how to turn shit into weapons. I made Molotov cocktails. I breathed fucking
You
fire.
took a gun from a dead monk.
Right.
Like,
Like,
didn't take you, but
well,
It was given to her.
yes. Like, I always try and make sure I can figure out some way to make a fucking weapon.
Now the crypt.
Now the crypt. After my cigarette, we, while I was smoking, Greenie had set up glow sticks around the room itself. That way we could see. The three of us sat around it, and Tank was kind of just going around us with the camera. And we started the seance. And at first, we didn't really get anything.
Ain't I the first one to ask the question?
Yes, I let you ask first.
Do you remember what it was?
Who's the shadow guy is what I asked.
Yeah, I don't think anything happened the
Nope.
first question.
No.
And then we had
Smooth at
Marco
all.
ask, and he said, what did he say?
Plague monk. And then you asked a question, and it was spelling it pulled away.
Yeah, and then it started repeatedly spelling out
Hastalik.
Hastalik. I almost said Halistack again.
Halistack? That's a new one.
Halistack.
Hastalik's name repeatedly. Was that part of the ritual? Was it had to be chanted?
No,
Okay.
that was him telling you who
I'm
he's
coming.
yeah.
And then the ground broke open.
And the building started to fall in.
Nexus said, I'm back, homies.
Whoop, whoop. You made it just in time. It's getting good, bro.
And at that point, I was like, okay, nope. We hit a million. We did this.
Yeah, you hit a
Let's
million
fucking
right
go.
as it started, as the planchette pulled away.
Right. I was like, we hit a million. Are you spamming the heart again?
No, I'm not even on live.
Okay.
I am. I'm spamming hearts on Nexus's comment.
I was like, all right, guys, we hit a million. We did the seance. Shit's happening. Let's go the fuck home. So me, Doyen, and Greenie decided we was going to take off for it. And Tank's like, who do you work for?
Yeah, he wanted to stay. And then what did you see
Doyen's
above
back.
you, Tank?
See,
What up, Doyen? You made it for the finale.
Like, Doyen's literally sitting there yelling at him, you idiot! Leave! Run!
He's just standing there watching the guy do shit.
Nexus, swear to me.
He's like, come on, dude. Come on.
Tank's just like, zoom.
He's like, I'm so amused, man. Keep on moving.
Finally, he's like, you know what? This ain't worth it.
So what was it up there? Because we never established.
Wasn't it a monk?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hanging
Hanging
by a it was the plague monk's outfit, I think. I think he had the gas mask on too.
Mm-hmm.
And he was hanging by a noose. And while Tank's just sitting there looking at him, and Doyen's yelling at Tank to fucking get out of there, he just slowly undoes his noose and drops down in like the Spider-Man fucking pose. And didn't he try to go at him and he dodged it?
He was gonna land on him and he dodged it. And when he finally started running,
because it finally sunk in, like, oh shit, I'm gonna be fucked. And as we were running away, we saw Hastalik rise up over by the hospital, and it was like this, like from Stranger Things season 3, the fucking gibbling mauler looking thing that they called a mind flayer. Whenever the people and the rats would morph into it, they'd become goo and morph into it. There were zombies rising up from graves all around us that were doing the same thing. And we're running away, and
here's where it gets to that translation.
Emily come running up, and she's like, guys, wait for me. What's going on? And then she sees it, and she stops. And her eyes glossed over.
Taint?
Huh?
Remember when it said the level 10 of taint is activated?
The minute you see Hastalik. And her eyes glossed over, and she just walked up and let herself fucking fizzle and drizzle and sink into him. And I was like, I told you not to trust that bitch. So we kept going. I tried to shoot her when I seen her going towards it.
No, you did shoot her.
I did shoot her. And she exploded into the goo and went towards him.
Mm-hmm.
By this point, Doyen had lost all his sanity.
And it said Jay doesn't get any coffee.
Want to bet?
Swear to me. We all assimilate. Yes.
So,
Okay, so
At this point, Dorian had lost all his sanity. You know, he had just failed his last sanity roll. And I was like, all right, well, you're now going.
But no, you're not doing it justice. He rolled a crit failure. He rolled a 100 on the die. Okay? So when you get a critical failure on a sanity check, that means you lose the highest amount possible. The highest, if you fail that roll, it's 40-10. So the highest amount was 40 points. He was at 39. So he went completely insane. And what did he do for his insanity?
At Nitro, he goes, before I'm going in, since I'm going insane, before I lose it completely, can I use that grenade?
I want to narrate what happens. So basically what they see is
in a little face. He's at 31.
What they see is Marco. This is why, if you have the name of this episode, R.I.P. Marco Proudfoot. Marco looks at the thing, looks down at his pockets, looks back at the thing, looks at his friends, looks back at the thing.
He pulled a strife
and starts walking toward it. And Karina's freaking the fuck out, screaming for him.
Like, that's my best friend right there.
Hand me the mini. We can try to show him what this thing looks like.
I'll get it. I can get to it faster.
If we can show you, you'll see why I called it a walking penis with tendrils. It basically has to lick when he forms, resembles what looks like kind of like an amoeba the size of Godzilla.
It's a ginormous tentacle.
See? This is Hastilic. Boom. So he walks up to him. Where's the mini? Give me a mini for size reference here.
Thank you, Tank.
Here's mine.
Okay. So, boom. Okay.
Like
These are the things he walks on. So, give you a little idea. Okay. So, Marco walks up to this thing, pulls something out of his pocket, gets from me to Jade to this fucking thing.
I'm screaming. He's pulling me
what was it he pulled from his pocket?
The fucking grenade.
Pulls the pin and explodes himself along with Hastilic.
To buy us time.
Hastilic does not die, but he is damaged enough to buy them some time to get to the docks.
He was like, I'm going insane. You know, I want to use that grenade. And Nitro was like, okay, do you want to throw it and then just go crazy? Or he goes, no, I want to sacrifice myself for my friends.
Rest in peace, Marco Proudfoot.
He pulled an epic strife moment.
He did.
Yeah. He sacrificed himself to save
The
us.
face of Spectral Crew is
and
gone.
that's like right when the live stream that we had going cut out in game.
Yeah.
Because like everybody's seen him going towards it and was screaming, you know, in the chat was typing like, no, Marco, don't, no. And then right before it blew up, the feed cut.
Right before we got a shot of Hastilic on camera. They were about to get him on the camera and the feed got cut.
I have a question about that.
Well, hang on, we're not there. We got to finish this.
Phone?
I told you all unanswered questions at the end.
It's just about the feed.
We're almost there.
Okay.
So, what happened after he blew himself up?
You know, like we were all kind of in shock, but we were like, all right, we'll mourn later. Let's get the hell out of here. Because he did that to buy us time. It wasn't going to be in vain.
Right.
And we kept fucking full steam ahead. The zombies that were rising didn't care about us. They wanted Hastilic. Take too much caffeine dehydrates, remember? Fuck you. I've been drinking water today.
Anyway.
Anywho, so we get to right where
you got down.
We got over the bridge. We knew that the bridge was at least a safety line, and we saw the water was further back from the shore than it had been before. Like it was almost like it was retreating.
And what was in the bank?
You could see one of the landmines.
It was a sea mine, not a
or sea mine from the water buried in the sand, and you know,
it was like halfway sticking up.
I was like, if we knew if we could get Hastilic over there, it could damage him. But
Then you saw something else. Oh, you got a message from Maya. Then you saw something.
yeah,
else.
the earpiece that Marco had given me to talk to Maya earlier. You tell that part for a second.
So she gets a message over the intercom because Maya's signal gets cut back in, and she basically says they're coming. And as she's trying to talk about it, the fucking signal cuts again. And then what did you see?
Like we heard engines, we look up and it's Italian military fighter jets firebombing Hastalic, sending fucking missiles and shit. And so we're like, fuck this, fuck the mine thing. We're getting the fuck out of here, even if we gotta swim. So we run down to where we had gotten dropped off at, and there's this boat.
Two of them.
Two boats with fucking Men in Black looking motherfuckers. I'm talking the suit, the shades, the whole 10 yards. Standing there looking at us. Come on. And we're like, you taking us back to that, or you taking us the fuck home? And the guy goes,
Depends.
Are you infected? And we're like, no, we got the fuck out of there. And he's like, then come on. And that's when we found out that the military had been keeping people out specifically so Hastalic did not rise. And that if he were to touch the water, he would spread like a disease and infect the entire planet. And that every bit of their fuel, jet fuel and missile shit was coming out of our money. We were financially responsible.
Because you woke him up.
And I was like, dude, I don't fucking care if I'm broke. Take me home. Take me home.
And they did.
And then Maya come back over the he's like, after anything that you saw or happened after that feed cut, you never speak of. And Maya had come back over. She's like, what's going on? I'm like, what's going on is Marco's fucking dead. And she's like, what?
You're like, where the fuck have you been?
Yeah, I was pissed. She goes, they kicked my goddamn door in.
And then what happened right before we ended?
Next is, haha, I'm on my 4th energy drink. I was like,
During that call.
dude, all I know is shit's going down. Marco's fucking dead. We're going to be broke. And if I tell you anything else, I'm going to get shot. And then she goes, well, I don't know. What's with all the flies? And then it cut out. And that's where it fucking ended. Now, can I ask my question?
Sure.
I have a few.
We have about 8 minutes.
All right, first question. The signal,
Mm-hmm.
they said that, we said it cut out right before they got it. It was also bouncing between our head cams. Wouldn't one of our head cams have picked up the image since we were looking at him?
The signal isn't what was on the head cam. The camera was. If you cut the signal, the camera is useless.
So even the head cam?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's all running to the same signal.
Second question. How the fuck did they make the water go back? What was making the water go back?
They didn't.
But he couldn't touch the water.
I know. He didn't. The water itself retreats from his presence, as do all the uninfected foliage.
Oh, because it was afraid. It didn't want to be infected. It was like it's like a living thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I had more questions.
Go ahead, fire them off.
Trying to remember them all.
Angelo went there for a party with his friends. They played a prank on him, and they were going to leave for a few hours while he was passed out to make him think he was alone. And when he woke up, he freaked out and went to the main island and got infected.
So they didn't.
And when they come back, he was gone. And so he's been stuck on that island, unable to leave or die. He's killed himself 12 times, is unable to die until he forms with Hastalic. That's what the taint does.
So if we had gotten that infected and we tried to just off ourselves to save our own...
It wouldn't have worked.
Oh, wow.
That's why he was like, kill me, please.
Oh, shit, I didn't piece that together. I thought he was just,
Crazy?
Yes! Okay. So the message to Marco, that was about Emily, not about me.
Yes.
Okay. See, I was worried that people were gonna think it's about me. That's why I tried to push it on her.
Yeah, I know.
Um.
That was because she was going to attempt to corrupt you guys to feed you the Hastilic.
Okay. Now we already covered that the monks were really cultists.
Mm-hmm.
The government. How did the government get involved?
Well, basically, in the early 50s, there was reports made about a bunch of evil shit going on at the hospital where they were experimenting on people, right? Torturing people and shit. You found the remains of that. So the government come in and conducted a raid. During that raid, the cultists fought back. That's where all the gun, bullet casings, and shit come from.
Yep.
And they found out what was going on, and they placed those sigils there to contain Hastilic should he wake up, and has been watching and surveilling that island ever since.
So then wouldn't they have known through all of our promotions that we were planning on going there?
Maybe they didn't catch him in time. It's Italian intelligence, not American.
True. Okay. So the guys on the tape recorder,
Mm-hmm.
were those government officials, doctors, or cultists?
Government.
I thought so from the name Colonel,
Mm-hmm.
but I wanted to verify.
Mr. Colonel Sanders.
So was it really haunted, or was it all just the cult shit?
It was all the cult shit.
Okay. Even the spirits on the bridge?
There were no spirits on the bridge.
The little girl.
There was no little girl on the bridge.
The little girl told him that the Shadow Man can't cross the bridge.
No, a vision of a little girl told him the Shadow Man couldn't cross the bridge. In the past, all of the times he was doing his
He was
spending magic
seeing
point,
the past.
that's what that ability does. It lets you peer into the past.
So it wasn't, ghosts. It was he was
Memories.
basically transported into another time period
Mhm.
mentally, and that little girl told him, "Hey, the Shadow Man."
The little
can't
girl
cross."
told someone. When he has visions of the past, he is put into his consciousness, goes into another person.
Kind of like in Quantum Leap.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. I
So
know-
he's seeing it from a first-person perspective, hence why it was written out that way.
So was Marco supposed to go insane and die?
No one was supposed to do anything, technically. It's all up to y'all.
Well, the reason why I ask is because of that message.
Well, in Seth's group, he didn't run it. He played it. And he played Marco and lived. So
Okay. Did you guys have any questions?
No.
I had a lot.
you have any more?
Other than
Yeah, I just can't remember them all.
other than
That's why I kept trying to ask, and then you're like at the end. I'm like, fuck, because I knew I'd forget.
I did,
Do you guys in the chat have any
the
questions?
shadow guy was basically the
The plague monk.
Who's the one that ran it then? Ran the whole situation and did the ceremony thingy to bring this,
The cultists, the plague monks.
which was the shadow guy.
Yeah. It was
They
that,
were all plague monks,
but
basically.
he, the last one there, he survived the raid. He was the only one left.
So the guy that was in the hospital was part of that, right?
Which guy? The guy with the gas mask?
No, yeah.
Yeah, that's the plague monk.
Okay, but what about the guy that was down there that was addicted to heroin? Was he drug into it?
We just went over that. He's the guy that got left by his friends.
Okay.
And then he got infected.
That's what I'm saying. Did he get infected?
So
and
what
then
led the
kinda,
cultists to that island? Like, how did they find out they had to go there?
Hastilic crash landed there like hundreds of years ago. And basically, it was like a small settlement. And it just, a religion formed around him. And then when they fucking faded out, the monks kept it going and just updated it to fit whatever religion was popular over the times. And then the whole cult was died out about 50 plus years ago.
Except for
The one.
okay.
The last.
So was
one.
he like physically there and just using cult?
No,
magic
he's the guy that shot himself in the head. That's him. But through the power of Hastilic, he's able to have avatars kind of like Hastilic was.
In order to bring Hastilic back.
Mm-hmm. They can't truly die until they fulfill their purpose.
So how did Hastilic end up, underneath if he crashed landed? Like, wouldn't he have taken
Because-
over back then?
No, they didn't. He didn't have enough people joining with him to make him fully.
He had to have that, that full strength, basically.
So all those dead people were fully infected, and they were just buried there waiting until.
Because you can't really die. Okay.
Makes it worse when you realize that they were conscious the whole time.
Right. They basically got buried alive, and the people that were burned alive got. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So they put the rune stones at the bridge to keep them from crossing, and around the island to keep them from touching the water and infecting the rest of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So basically,
It basically forms a barrier around the island.
So basically, what they did is
Kind of like putting a salt ring.
Right.
basically what they did is they put a big freaking you know how you can
Kind of like a dome to keep the world safe from
you
him.
know how you put a spell on your house to protect it from spiritual things. Basically, what they did is they used that to basically keep them bound to that part of the island so that they can't get off the island.
So how did the
It's
government
spread.
get involved to begin with? How did they find out about the cultists?
The reports I just told you guys.
Of the
Of the
experimenting
yeah.
and shit? Okay. And they investigated it and figured out what was going on
Mhm.
and tried to put a stop to it.
And that's what
Just basically
Cold War.
keep the rest of the world from plunging into...
Yeah. The guys in the black suits are from a secret government division based in Italy.
Okay.
They're called DSS.
So it's like American MIB.
Kind of. Anyway, do we have any more questions? Because we are over the 2-hour mark.
No.
Did they take us home?
Yeah, they took you home. Well, they took you back to Sicily. And
Oh, I do have a question. How did
Where's
they...
Kaden?
How did...
we're live. All right.
She don't want you to know we're back, but okay.
I love you.
How did Hastilic infect Maya?
He didn't.
How did the flies get there?
They're able to travel through
That's
the
another
electronic
question.
devices that are connected to the Wi-Fi.
Thank you.
Hastilic can interfere with the Wi-Fi. You remember the
That's how he was able to do, the subscriber jumps and
super chats?
I had a question.
I knew it was connected. I knew that was
Oh,
Okay.
good. Not him.
With the
That's lost
fly-
on the
so that wasn't the plague monk doing the
Like,
super
if
chats. That
you
was
guys-
Hastilic himself.
If you would have waited long enough for him to fully reform to where before you ran, he would have noticed you and followed you. And once you crossed the bridge and he couldn't get across, he was going to break down into flies, go into the Wi-Fi repeater, and come out of your phones on the other side of the bridge.
We should have broke the repeaters.
No need to now.
I had a question.
He's dead.
So what you're saying is the flies is not even part of the cult people, right?
The flies are an avatar of Hastilic.
Which is the guy with the mask.
This guy.
Oh, so that was. The
He was
fly.
using the flies to infect.
Okay.
Then shouldn't we have gotten another level of exposure when we got swarmed by them?
You should have gotten a lot of levels in a lot of places. I just kept forgetting. They should have too.
So we just got lucky.
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, I didn't even make you roll to avoid joining with him. I don't know. I got to talk to you guys about when we're doing another game at your place, but we are doing Cyberpunk here in 2 weeks. So
Same characters.
hopefully Sparky can make it.
Sparky!
All right. What did we think of this scenario, guys?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Thank you for my belated birthday gift.
Happy birthday for Jade. I forgot to mention that. That's horrible. I'm a horrible brother. It was her birthday 2 days ago. We didn't see her then, so we made up for it today.
Oh, it was great. He called me. to tell
She's
me
only
happy birthday.
74.
I look great for my age. He called me to tell me happy birthday, and his oldest goes, "Who are you talking to?" I goes, "I'm talking to your aunt." And she goes, "It's not her birthday." And he goes, "I think I know my own sister's birthday."
You heard.
It's your birthday. You'll do what
But yes, in 2 weeks, we'll be going live again with our game diary of, what's the name of that mission? A Night at the Opera from Cyberpunk Red. So keep an eye out for it.
You're gonna have to try harder if you're really trying to do that flamboyantly thing.
We're thinking about going live every week, but doing something besides game diaries every other week. Like me and her will just get on and like talk about game shit. Let us know if you guys would be interested in that. You might have to put it in the comments though, because we're about to end this bitch.
Get in the fucking comments. Shout out to Brendan Lee Mulligan.
Always, Brennan. So, thank you guys for joining. We love you. And see you next time. Woo, 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 woo.